A horrible time to start coughing. Okay.
Yeah. Make sure you got water beside you.
Yeah, I'm good. I got a zero sugar cherry Coke, actually.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, I love my cherry Coke. Anyway,
Hmm.
hey y'all, how's it going? Enjoy. That is Steve, and we are here with the NFL predictions versus Season 3, Week 10.
Well, already week 10 there. It seems like yesterday we just started week 1.
Honestly, yeah, it's already November 9th at the time of recording, so
Hmm.
is the season
True.
to be jolly
Exactly.
soon, anyway.
Hmm.
But speaking of jolly, Week 9 seemed to go fairly well. How did you do?
For me, I finished not bad, a respectable 9-4.
Oh, that's not too bad. I think three of our five went 9-4. No, two of the five went 9-4. John went 8-5, if I'm not mistaken, and then Buff and I went 10-3.
Hmm.
Possibly, I might be getting that wrong. Buff might have gone 9-4, but
Yeah.
our standings are very interesting this week. We have a three-way tie for first, with John, SDS, and myself at 80, 55, and 1. Steve here is one game back at 79, 56, and 1.
Hmm.
And then Buff is in last, but a very, very short last at 78, 57, and 1. And based on what I know people have picked already for
Hmm.
week 10, this
Hmm.
could be another week of shakeups.
True. True. Could be a couple close games there.
Mm-hmm. And then with week 9, our spite record has gone up to 5-2
Hmm.
because I mistakenly did a spite pick against Detroit. And
Hmm.
I lost that one, thankfully. That was great. And
Yeah.
then Buff did a spite pick against Green Bay, taking Detroit, and he won that. So
Yeah.
it kind of balanced out in the end, but there was an extra digit on each side.
True.
So what was your regret of the week? Because I'm pretty sure mine is already Detroit.
Yeah. Mine would be picking the Falcons to beat the Chargers there. Obviously, but obviously it was a close game.
Very, yeah. I mean, it really could have gone either way. And honestly, the Miami and Chicago game was really close too, and I'm very surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I think yeah, my regret is just going to be not going with Detroit because I was just mad. I was upset that they essentially gave Hawkinson to a division rival who's already going to win the division and go
Mm-hmm.
deep into the playoffs as it is, more than likely.
Right.
So I
Mhm.
was just a little bitter and questioning the decision of everybody.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better because then I would have gone 11-2, which would have put me firmly in first place.
True.
So
True. There. Yeah. And
yeah,
nobody could have predicted Aaron Rodgers having a complete breakdown.
it's so fun anytime he gets fussy. It
Mm-hmm.
is the most enjoyment ever,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very very happy about that. What would be your game of the week? I'm looking at this and I'm not really sure. I mean, I would
Well,
probably say the Rams and Bucks actually would be a game of the week for me.
well, that's a good pick there. Even though we lost it there, how the Rams lose that one there?
Well, what bothers me about that is when they got the ball back, all they
Mm-hmm.
had to do was get one first down because
Mm-hmm.
the Bucks had two timeouts and it was under the 2-minute warning. If
Yeah.
they would have gotten one first down, that
Mm-hmm.
game was over.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Troll shortly after the game went final, and I
Mm-hmm.
asked, "Well, what the heck happened?" Because when I left, the game should have been easily won. And he
Yeah.
said that the Rams gave the Bucks the win
Mm-hmm.
essentially
Mm-hmm.
by running for it on 3rd and 5,
Yeah.
which I find to be very questionable to begin with. But that was what gave Brady the extra possession and time to go down there and score a really nice walk off. Admittedly,
Sure.
it was a really good drive, so
Yeah.
I would say that was my game of the week just because of that.
Sure.
What say you?
Mine. I'll have to say Kansas City beating Tennessee in overtime.
that one was a really fun game for my fantasy league
Mhm.
because I was starting both Patrick Mahomes and Derrick Henry, and Troll started Joe Mixon, who, if y'all didn't know, ran for 5 touchdowns by himself, or
Mhm.
scored basically 5 touchdowns by himself. And so he
Yeah.
scored 55 points in fantasy, and I was destroyed.
Yeah.
But Mahomes and Henry did their darndest going into overtime to get me as many points as I could.
Mhm.
So I was very happy about that.
True.
And Justin Tucker almost made the comeback. So
Mm. Yeah.
it was a
Mhm.
good game. But
Yeah.
so what's your shock? I'm pretty sure both of us are going to say the Jets beating the Bills.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, Sauce Gardner. In this defense. Just stopped Josh Allen there in the Bills.
He got the sauce. That's for
Mhm.
sure. Man's got the sauce. I don't know. I'm shocked that they won, but I'm not shocked that it was as close as it was because I
Mhm.
knew that it wasn't going to be a total slaughter from the Bills. I knew that the Jets were scrappy,
Yeah.
but I didn't expect them to actually pull off
Mhm.
a win and injure Josh Allen potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know the extent of his injury just yet. I know that he has like some kind of tendon issue in his elbow and he might need Tommy John
True.
surgery. I'm not sure
True.
exactly what's going on, and I'm not like in the know with the news, so don't quote me on it. But
Yeah.
either way, that's very concerning. They have Case Keenum as a backup on the just in case, which isn't horrible, and is actually pretty ironic for Week 10. So we can dive on into that whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Whenever, ever you're good to go, then.
All right, cool. I was hearing some stuff, so just want to make sure you were.
Just a cat scratching to get in.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Go on
So,
to week 10 then.
yeah, here we go. I'm looking forward to
First
this.
of all, we have 14th on the bye week.
That we do. We have the Bengals. Joe Mixon
Hmm.
deserves the rest.
Hmm.
The Patriots, the Jets, aforementioned, and the Sauce,
Hmm.
and
True.
then the Ravens.
Yeah. Coming off their big win on Monday night.
Yeah, which I mean, I watched some of that game because Papa Agron shares some of the football games in my Discord server. Link down
Hmm.
below if you guys want to join in with that.
Hmm.
But I watched some of the game, and New Orleans just the play calling was all weird, and they had
Hmm.
absolutely no answer for Lamar. Which I mean, of
Hmm.
course not. But
True.
I don't really understand why people haven't figured out that you need to force him to beat you in
Hmm.
the air. Because
Hmm.
if you force him to beat you in the air, he will
Hmm.
not beat you.
No, you won't.
Simple as that. So
Yeah.
it should be easy to game plan for, but apparently,
Yeah.
apparently it's difficult.
Yeah.
But all right, we can go ahead and get started on week 10 now.
Okay.
Ranting aside. So first up, I'm really looking forward to this one after how week 8 went. We have the
Hmm.
Falcons visiting the Panthers.
Yeah. Obviously, I was hoping the Falcons would hold on to the lead there and beat the Chargers last week, but how wrong was I there?
Yeah, I knew that that game was going to be a bit of a mess. Those two teams are always like rough to pick,
Mm-hmm.
at least in my experience from the years past. This year, apparently, we're doing a lot better
Mm-hmm.
at knowing when Atlanta and the Chargers are good, but it's still in the back of my mind that they're always going to mess me over in
True,
some way.
true. And obviously, Carolina there is on the downside there.
Um, well, I mean, yeah, but they did kind of run into a buzzsaw of like
Mm-hmm.
Joe Mixon. They had no answer for the run game at all,
True, true,
which could be good news for Cordarrelle Patterson coming in.
true. And my pick for the Thursday night game will obviously I'm going to try the Falcons again there this time to beat the Panthers.
I don't blame you. I kind of regret already my choice because I forgot that Cordarrelle Patterson was back actually,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and I took the Panthers because they
Oh,
they did they should have won
yeah.
in week 8
Mm-hmm.
easily, and if it wasn't for DJ Moore being a veteran rookie, then they would have won. And I think that being at home gives them that advantage, and I think that they have learned from their mistakes, hopefully, and they'll be able to do their best this time. The only thing that I'm
We have
concerned
our first
with,
first
yeah,
split of the week.
that we do. The only thing I'm concerned with is the Cordero Patterson effect, because he is a very good utility player, and so I'm concerned with their lack of a run defense in Joe Mixon. Maybe
Yeah,
they're going to let Patterson run all over him, but we'll see.
yeah.
All right, another game that I am actually regretting already. We have Seattle and Tampa, who I believe are over yonder way in
And
Germany.
yeah, for first NFL game to be held in Germany.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't really get it, but you know what?
yeah,
Money. Y'all do you.
yeah. Obviously, to build the European market there.
Yeah, because that's what we need.
Yeah, they already conquered England, so why not try another country, European country?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I have bad feelings about Goodell, as I assume a lot of fans do.
Mm-hmm,
I just, not a fan. I see his intentions.
mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Obviously, teams coming off huge wins on the Sunday afternoon. There, Seattle beating Arizona there.
unfortunately for Dino, he got his first pick of the season wrong. I guess
Yeah,
Seattle does deserve to belong.
yeah, yeah. And as we discussed there, your game of the week there, Tampa, they're winning in the last minute there against the Rams.
Yeah, they sneaked by the
True.
Rams. So, like, I am gonna give some credit on that, but they sneaked by. And if it wasn't for the Rams being absolutely stupid
Hmm.
in the final
Yeah,
drive,
yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, Seattle's going to have a better rushing game there with their rookie running back there, Walker there.
yeah, Walker's decent for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah. So I predict this one's going to be a real close game, and I think Seattle's going to beat Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I regret this heavily, and I don't think it's going to be nearly as close as people are hoping. And I
Hmm.
should have gone with Seattle, but
Hmm.
I didn't. And I took the Bucks because I still have this stigma about Seattle on the road,
Hmm.
and I know that that's wrong,
Hmm.
but I can't help it. Just
Yeah, go
gotta
a
go with
little
life.
risky.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it's really not, but it's something I still have in the back of my mind. So we have our second split already.
Yeah,
So,
2 games, 2 splits.
hey, and I think we're probably going to have a third one because next up we have the Bills, who might very well be without Josh Allen, hosting
Hmm.
Minnesota.
Yeah, this one is a tough one for me to pick there because we still don't know the status of Josh Allen, as you said there.
Yeah, this was the last game that I picked, and I only picked it because of learning that Case Keenum was the
Hmm.
backup because I had
Yeah,
honestly forgotten.
yeah, and and obviously Minnesota's been on a roll lately there,
Hmm.
going 7-1 there.
Yep. One could
Yeah,
argue that they've done it by facing weaker teams than they should be facing. But I mean, a win is a win is a win. That's the schedule that they were handed, and that's the one that they're currently dominating. So, I
sure.
mean, their only loss came against Philly, I think,
Yeah,
which, I mean, everyone that Philly's faced has lost. So,
yeah. But who's yeah, but I hope their quarterback situation won't affect their offensive game there, the Bills there, and my pick's going to be the Bills to beat the Vikings there.
okay, we actually agree. I thought that you were going to completely abandon ship
Yeah.
because Josh Allen was going to be damaged goods at this point. So I thought you were
Mm-hmm.
going to take the Vikings. I went ahead and took the Bills as well.
Mm-hmm.
SDS made a
Take a
good
risk.
point that this is Case Keenum's quote unquote revenge game, even
Yeah.
though I don't think revenge is actually a viable situation in this
Mm-hmm.
regard.
Yeah.
But still, he was a former QB for the Vikings, and he actually played fairly well for them. So It's kind of a bit of a return in a way.
Yeah.
If he does play, if Josh Allen decides to play, then we're solid.
Okay.
Next up, we have an NFC North battle when the Lions will go to the Bears.
Oh boy. I think we might have a split on this one there, because
Probably.
because the, the the Lions, I mean, their win last week against against the Packers, they're kind kind of an iffy game for me. They're
It was kind of a what?
iffy game.
Ah. Yeah, I will say that Campbell going for two and actually
Hmm.
managing to get it,
Yeah.
good on you.
Hmm.
Please stop.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go for two. You
No.
have a really good place kicker. Just trust the kid. Like,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And obviously the Bears, their offense did pretty good against the Dolphins there.
yeah, Justin Fields had himself a day for sure. Mostly
Hmm.
on the ground, but you know what?
Yeah.
Apparently, that's just what's in with quarterbacks nowadays. If you
Uh-huh.
can run, you can quarter. Apparently.
True. And obviously they have the receiving game acquiring Claypool.
True. It was a bit of an upgrade. I don't think it was that much of a tide turner,
Hmm.
especially with who they got rid of to bring him in when they traded off to Baltimore and
Hmm.
I forget the other team they traded to. I don't really keep up
Yeah.
on the Bears stuff, but
True. Because I know they're your Achilles heel.
mm, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. But with me there, I'm gonna do a complete 180 here with this pick, and I'm gonna go Justin Fields and the Bears who beat the Lions. With apologies to you, Joy.
It's all right. It's an understandable pick. I more than likely would have as well, but honestly, I am taking a sip of the finest blue Powerade available,
Okay.
and I'm taking the Lions in this one. Kirby Joseph is amazing, and he had a great game against Aaron Rodgers. The problem is just because our secondary is fine,
Hmm.
that's not going to help us against Justin Fields because as we said,
Hmm.
he runs a
Hmm.
lot, and so with that, it's going to be a little bit harder to stop him on the
Hmm.
ground.
Hmm.
And the Lions' defense is a mess. But that being said, I'm trusting the
Hmm.
offense and Kirby Joseph and all that stuff to
Hmm.
kind of corral it. And plus, I had a feeling it was going to be a good split, so I'm kind of
Hmm.
playing it risky a little bit.
Yeah.
Being tied for first, I want to try to get some kind of distance, and so
True.
I'm trusting my heart and I'm spiting Chicago all at the same time.
Yeah. That'll be in the spike picks.
Oof. Yeah, I guess I just did that, didn't I?
Hmm.
Crap. All right. Yep. Here we go. Let's go spite. Crap.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we have the Broncos and Tennessee.
True. The question is for the Titans. There is Ryan Tannehill still injured, or do you think they'll just hold him off for another week?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think if it was me, I would hold him off because Malik Willis and Derrick Henry have not been exactly bad. Personally, I don't really believe in the whole let Russ cook thing or the whole let's ride thing. I think there's a whole lot of memes out of that for a reason. Um, so I'm just going to go ahead and say right now that I'm taking Tennessee because of Derrick Henry, which shouldn't be surprising to anybody. He is
Yeah.
my beast for a reason.
Yeah. True. That's an interesting pick there. But the question is, can Tennessee's defense stop Russell Wilson and his offense there?
Yeah, I would assume so. Are they coming off the bye?
Yeah. The
Denver?
Broncos were on bye last week.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, so at least he's rested, so we'll see if he's going to actually be able to do anything.
True. Yeah.
I haven't
Well,
exactly been the most impressed as of late, but We'll see how it goes.
True.
Ah,
And I think this one will probably be a close game. Might be a field goal or less there. And with me, I think going we're going to have another split here, and I'm going to take the Broncos to beat the Titans.
dear God, we are having another little split though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, this was supposed to be a stress-free week. That's exactly what John and I were talking about. And he
Hmm.
has, I think, 5 splits with SDS and 3 splits with
Hmm.
me. And now he's going to
Hmm.
probably have a bunch with you as well. So, sorry, John. Good luck.
Apologies.
Next up, we've got the Chiefs that we mentioned earlier, and they will be hosting Jacksonville.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes last week. Whoa, what a game he had there.
Mahomie.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
cringe. I cringe at myself. That was horrible. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Feel free to roast me, throw tomatoes at me, whatever you want to do. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah. Obviously, him and his offensive team with Juju Smith-Schuster and you know Pierre Lair.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
Travis Kelsey. Can't forget him.
sure, mustn't forget him.
Mm.
Yeah, they they are they are a monster team to contend with there.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of have been pretty much since Andy Reid and Mahomes got there
True,
and
true.
started building this whole little mini empire that they got going on.
Hmm.
The path to the playoffs and the Super Bowl go through
Hmm.
Kansas City for the AFC.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't like Trevor Lawrence's chances this week there. So my pick is obviously Chiefs, and I bet you'll have the same.
Yeah, I agree. This is one of the earlier ones that I picked on the sheet.
Hmm.
Usually I look at it and I will just immediately say a few teams that were going to come out on top, and then other ones like the Bills, I actually have to do my research and look into it. But
Hmm.
this was not one of those teams.
No.
All right, next up we have the fresh off the bye, I believe, Browns going to Miami.
Yeah, I think with the Browns, they're just waiting a few more weeks till they get Deshaun Watson back.
And you know what? I hope he falls on his face,
Mhm.
both literally and figuratively.
Okay.
I think that having his return be one of a loss because of not ring
Hmm.
rust. Wow, good job, me. Because of
Hmm.
field rust
Hmm.
would be absolutely hilarious, especially after they
Yeah,
paid him so much money.
yeah, true. And obviously with the Dolphins, they can never go against Tua.
Nah, not really. I mean, he is when he's on his game.
Yeah,
He's very good to have.
true. Him and Tyree Hill.
Oh yeah, Tyreek Hill and Waddle are a
Hmm.
fearsome duo.
Yeah, three-headed monster.
Yeah, for sure. My only problem with Miami is their defense, like letting Justin Fields run all over him like that. I mean,
Hmm.
you think you'd have to question that,
True.
especially because you guys are facing Chubb, and I
Yeah,
don't know if you can handle the Chubb. I really don't.
no, exactly there. But I think this one we'll be in complete agreement with, and we'll both take the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be close though,
Hmm.
because again, Chubb.
Hmm.
But I am going with Miami still.
Yeah,
All right, next up, again, probably the first game that I picked. We have the Texans and the Giants.
yeah, this one's a no-brainer there.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I wanna say it's not, but it for me it was. Like I wrote it down immediately just first.
yeah,
So Giants.
yeah, clean sweep.
Yeah, I mean Houston did pretty good though against was it Philly that they faced recently? Yeah,
Yeah,
the Thursday night game. I watched some of that too. They didn't do too bad.
yeah,
The entire first half was fantastic,
true.
and most of the third quarter was fantastic. And then they just like fell
Mhm.
apart somehow in the
True.
fourth. And there was an interception that I believe Darius Slay made. Represent. Always liked you. Please come
Yeah.
back.
Hmm.
He made a really key interception in the red zone, and
Yeah.
that kind of sealed any chances for Houston having a win there. So,
Yeah.
but they're not a horrible team.
No.
They can contend and they can surprise some people. It's just not going to happen this week, more than likely.
True.
All right, next up, again off the bye, we have Pittsburgh hosting Nolans.
Yeah. Saints, they didn't do too well against the Ravens last week there.
No,
So
no, they didn't. Maybe they'll fare better against a different AFC North team.
yeah, yeah. But the question is, how well the Steelers are going to be without since they traded Claypool there.
Yeah, I also heard that they have a rookie as their number one running back now instead of Harris,
Hmm.
which
True.
is, I'm sorry, what? Worthy. At least in
Hmm.
my opinion. Maybe other people
True.
are like, good choice. I seen this coming. I didn't.
Hmm. Yeah.
But for me, the Steelers are still going to suffer and struggle without the
True.
services of Watt. And so,
Hmm.
thusly, I don't know about you, but I went with the Saints in a rebound game.
Yeah. But with me, I'm going to take a tiny bit of a risk there, and we're going to have a split here. And I think the Steelers can pull off an upset against the Saints, much similar when I picked them against the Bucks weeks ago.
True, you did. Maybe they
Hmm.
just have an in against the South.
Hmm.
So maybe we'll see.
Hmm. And if I'm wrong, that'll be my regret of the week.
Understandable. Yeah, I already have mine in place, being the Bucks and the Lions, to be fair. But the Bucks are my
Hmm.
regret if that doesn't go my way because
True.
I know better and I should definitely be
Yeah.
taking Seattle.
True.
But we'll see.
Hmm.
All right, next up we have the Raiders, who I question literally every week, and
Hmm.
they will be hosting the Colts, who have a new head coach in former center Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
interesting call, Mr.
Yeah.
Ursay, I will say.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. The question is, can Jeff Saturday get the locker room in shape there?
I have no idea. I really don't.
Hmm.
I am perplexed, you could say,
Yeah.
but I've always liked Jeff Saturday,
Hmm.
as a guy. So
Yeah. True.
we'll see. I wish him the best.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the question is, if the quarterback doesn't do too well, will they go back to Matt Ryan?
I don't know. I mean, for me personally, I would kind of think that you would and should, because at least you want to have some kind of veteran presence. But I also
Hmm.
understand like wanting to move on from that and see what you can build on for the future. And
True.
also, I think that they are. I'm not gonna say the T word, but I think that they are angling to a high draft pick.
Exactly.
And so this kind of decision doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah. True. But I bet you we'll be in total agreement, and both of us take the Raiders.
Yeah, because as much as I like Jeff Saturday,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna trust Jeff Saturday,
No.
and especially not on the road.
No.
All right, the game that I am most looking forward to is up next when we have the Cowboys going to Green Bay.
Ooh, this one's a big rivalry game.
Yeah, it does date back a while.
Yeah. True. Back to the Ice Bowl in the 60s.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
just looking forward to this because of the current state of Green Bay.
yeah. Aaron Rodgers there. I don't know what's happening with that team.
They don't have anything really. They don't
True.
have any good offensive weapons. Their
True.
scheming of their run game to pass game ratio is kind of a little questionable to me.
True.
Lazard is apparently also questionable to actually play. I learned that on my sleeper team because that's
True.
unfortunate. I'm actually starting him, but yeah.
And
So
the Cowboys are too strong there. And on top of that, I heard rumors on ESPN that the Cowboys might be close to signing OBJ.
really,
Yeah.
so he's gonna make his ring chasing way down to Dallas and hope that
Yeah.
they can get a ring down there.
Yeah. That's a
Huh.
possibility there.
Odd he wouldn't go to Buffalo. But I mean, then again, Buffalo doesn't really need his services. They're kind of good.
No.
where
Uh,
Dallas could actually utilize him fairly well. So I
true.
guess that makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, Dallas does have all the makings of a championship team, though, this year. They have an amazing defense,
True.
a good quarterback room, not just a starter. So
Yeah.
having
That's
him
fair.
be an additional offensive weapon would be pretty helpful.
True. True. Yeah. But I think we'll probably both be in agreement there and take the Cowboys.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Goodbye, Green Bay. You can get in the basement of the North and enjoy your stay.
Yeah.
That would be amazing, please.
Hmm.
I want that to be.
Hmm.
It's already a
That'll be.
possibility.
Will
So,
that be another spike game on your end?
um, I would say spite, but I just legitimately think that they would lose. Even if I wasn't against them the way that I am, they would lose against Dallas, I would think. So
True.
I'm not gonna call that a spite game personally, but it
But
is
some
hopeful.
of the people in the Discord will probably call it that.
Yeah, I know that SDS is going with Green Bay out of spite because he does not like Dallas. So
Hmm.
he's really riding the spite train,
Hmm.
and good luck. I hope it doesn't derail for you.
Yeah.
We have another NFC West battle, 2 weeks in a row actually. We have the
Hmm.
Cardinals going to the Rams, who I believe have Matt Stafford in concussion protocol. So we shall
Oh,
see.
true. I did not hear that there.
Yeah,
But
I
the
don't even know who his
question
backup
is,
is.
who they have as their backup.
I have no idea. It wasn't Chase Daniels, I don't think.
No.
It wasn't Chad Henne, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it starts with a C.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Somebody
Yeah.
let me
Well,
know.
want me Google it for
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can Google it.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. It is Bryce Bryce Perkins.
I do not know who that.
Yeah. Me neither.
So good luck.
Hmm.
Hopefully Stafford can actually play. That would
Yeah.
be
Me
helpful.
too.
Especially because I took the Rams in this one, just because I don't trust Arizona. And I think
True.
that the Rams at home should have the divisional advantage. But then again, I
Yeah.
say that every single time they play a
Yeah.
divisional rival, and it never seems to go my
Hmm.
way. So
Yeah.
maybe they're just bad,
Yeah.
and I
But
need to I need to get
yeah.
off my fan goggles and
Yeah.
see.
But but, but I'm going to be in total agreement with you and take the Rams as well.
All right, cool, good. That makes me feel a little bit better,
Hmm.
just a little.
Hmm.
All right, next up we have the Chargers and the 49ers. Speaking of
Yeah.
the NFC West
Yeah.
teams that can always beat the Rams.
True. They're obviously Niners are a powerhouse team there.
Yeah, the McCafferty effect is really
Hmm.
something.
True. And obviously Chargers coming off that huge win against the Falcons there. So
True.
hmm this is this could be this could be a tough one there. But I think this week for me there, I think Niners are going to roll over the Chargers there.
Yeah, I'm taking the 49ers as well. I think it'll be closer than people might expect, but I'm
Hmm.
just taking the 49ers
Hmm.
to own all of LA at this point.
Well, true.
Like
Question the
Rams,
question is
Chargers,
can
Kings.
Khalil Mack try to stop McCaffrey?
I don't know if he's enough to stop McCafferty. I don't know
Yeah.
if they still have Joey Bosa out on injury as
Yeah.
well, but if
Yeah.
he's out,
And we still don't know the status of Debo Samuels there. He could be out for a little while.
yeah, that's true. He's currently listed as questionable.
Hmm.
Um, I hope that he can play because that'll at least help.
Hmm.
What's unfortunate if the Bosa brothers are still both hurt is that they can't face each other because that'd be hilarious.
True.
I mean, not that they'd be actually going against each other because they're both on the D line, but still.
Hmm.
But so I'm glad we agree again.
Yep.
All right, next up, our final game of the week is an NFC East battle
Hmm.
with Taylor Heineke. Gonna let that sink in for a second.
Hmm.
And the Eagles.
Ooh.
And I know that it's the Commanders and the Eagles, but y'all know by now how I feel about Taylor Heineke. Okay, so
Yeah,
he is the reason that I'm picking anything.
yeah,
If I
true,
ever go with
right,
Washington, it's because of Taylor Heineke.
true. Uh, Obviously, they they lost a big one to the Vikings last week. They're the
And they were so
Commanders.
close. They were so close.
True,
I was hoping for the upset.
true. But and this time they're in a worse situation, taking on the undefeated Eagles. There,
Hmm.
yeah,
Although
Jalen.
Washington's defense is not that bad. They're looking pretty good lately.
Hmm.
And
True,
the Heineke effect. Like,
true.
they have a shot. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, true. But I think this week the Eagles go 9-0 there, and they'll beat the Commanders.
You know, unfortunately, I have to agree with you on that one. I would have gone with Washington just because, but I'm already being fairly risky earlier on in the schedule, so I have to
Mhm.
kind of play it a little bit safe where
Yeah,
it's a more obvious, I guess.
mhm. Yeah,
Like this would be a really risky pick. So
yeah,
I'm in agreement with the Eagles. However, I want Washington to win. That doesn't really
yeah,
matter much, but that is my hope.
mhm, yeah.
All right,
We should
so
wait and see.
yeah, we will. So that being said, we are now going to move on to the other players' picks and see where they stand.
Mm-hmm.
First up, we have John, who gave me reasonings. He went with the Seahawks because he can't pick the Bucks and has a friendly banter with SDS.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Vikings because Allen's injury secures the pick, and this is
Mm-hmm.
bound to be an insane game regardless. I
Mm-hmm.
agree. He took the Bears and apologized to me for it.
Mm-hmm.
You are forgiven.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Chiefs, and he's doing Buff versus the Bucks, so he's got that
Mm-hmm.
like friendly banter thing going on, and it's that the Jags are bad until further notice.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I forget the logic for that week, honestly, John. So feel free to correct me in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's pretty much it on that one. He agrees with the Cowboys and the Rams and the 49ers and
Mm-hmm.
the Eagles. And
Mm-hmm.
so we only have 3 splits, which I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is SDS, who says the Panthers because frick both of those teams. I can understand that being an NFC South guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking the Bucks because they're the Bucks. He's taking the
Mm-hmm.
Lions over the Bears, so we agree on that one.
Mm-hmm.
He is taking the Titans because
Mm-hmm.
Broncos country, Russ's talent has died, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
He's going with the Bills for the Case Keenum revenge game.
Mm-hmm.
He's agreeing with you on the Steelers because anything
Mm-hmm.
anti Saints he will do. And
Mm-hmm.
then he is taking the Packers over the Cowboys because see the Saints. And then finally we have Buff pick. Week 10 picks. Yes, it is week 10, shockingly.
Yeah.
He's also taking the Lions. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking the Vikings because Allen is hurt and Skull. And
Mm-hmm.
he's taking the Texans for a big upset.
Wow.
Yeah, so he is going all in on Houston beating the Giants, which I can understand. They're not a horrible team, so I can see that.
True.
And next up, this is really different for me to read, but I'm going to anyway. He's taking the Commanders over the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
It is a spite pick, so we can lock that in.
Okay.
Frick the Eagles. And the Commanders' D line is bussin' for real, sheesh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. So,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Any final words?
Yeah. Obviously, we have 5 split games between us, so
Also,
hope
sheesh.
yeah. Hopefully, one of us will come out with a massive win there.
Yeah.
That's all.
Either way, there's going to be a shakeup. John
Mhm,
and SDS have 5 splits, so
mhm,
someone's going to overtake the other. I have
Sure.
3 splits with John. I don't know offhand how many I have with SDS. And then Buff and I agree on most things, and he's thankfully taking Washington for me
Mhm.
and falling on that sword, or taking the sword out of the
Yeah.
stone. One of the two.
Sure.
I want Washington to win so bad, and that's
Mhm.
going to be
Yeah.
my final words on this one. Is I hope that I'm wrong, but
Mhm. Yeah.
I just don't see it. So
Yeah. So everybody here watching this for the first time, please hit the like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell for all future versus segments we do.
yeah, if this is indeed your first time here, I thank you for watching and sticking with me for the last 40 minutes or so. Appreciate you.
Mhm.
Feel free
Mhm.
to drop a comment down below what your favorite team is, what you guys think about our predictions. If you don't know, I am a Lions fan and I despise all things Packers and Bears.
Mhm.
Vikings are cool. They're all right. I don't
Mhm.
mind them. But the rest of the other teams, nah. And also check out the links down below for my Discord server, where sometimes we'll have the Thursday night and Monday night games being screen shared in the server, as well as an
Mhm.
entire sports talks channel, questions of the
Mhm.
day, and just
Mhm.
overall just a really good time and a lot of
Mhm.
fun. So you should check that
Mhm.
out. You can also follow me on Twitter for now. And yeah, I will catch you guys next week for week 11.
Thank you all. See you next week.